We talked previously about pre-fatiguing a muscle group in a barbell complex and why that's beneficial. And right now we're going to be talking about using a barbell complex to reinforce a specific technique that you want to see. So say for instance, you're missing the hips always in your snatch or your clean. The lifter always has an early pull. They make contact mid-thigh as opposed to getting the barbell up to their hip crease. And super common problem. So what do you do about it? In a complex, you would actually want to start the lifter at their hips so that they can feel the efficiency of what it's like when they meet contact with their hips. So for instance, I might have someone do a hip snatch times 2 reps, followed by a high thigh snatch for 2 reps, and then a hang snatch below the kneecap for 2 reps. And let me break this down. You start the hip snatch with the barbell in your hip crease. So the barbell does not have to travel up your leg before you initiate the lift. You're only starting at the maximum point of efficiency. It's simply a jump and catch that you're cueing. So the person can feel the efficiency of what it's like to make the hip contact. Then you only add a fraction of a moving part. You would start the lift just below, so they maybe only have to pull the bar up an inch to get back to their hip pocket. And that'd be the high hang snatch. Again, what's it doing? It's reinforcing getting back to their hips. So you're not doing the full lift, you're doing very parts of the lift. Then you add a little bit more range of motion. That's all we're doing, we're just increasing the range of motion, challenging the person to get back to their hips, and you would do a hang snatch from that. But what does this all do? It reinforces getting back to the pockets, and you're only adding a little bit of range of motion or a little bit of complexity, and that will help drastically get people back to actually hitting their pockets once they feel how powerful it really is. The second major problem that I see out of folks is that their butt rises too early off the floor. So in other words, lifting from a dead stop off the floor to their kneecap level, you'll see that their butt rises such that it looks like they're doing a stiff-legged deadlift or an RDL. Whereas I like to see folks actually look more like a squat off the floor. CrossFitters have incredibly strong quads, so it's important that they use them. How do I like to fix this? I've been using Snatch, so maybe I'll go with a clean for once. A clean lift off by 3 into a paused power clean times 1. And again, what does this do? It reduces the range of motion of the exercise so that you're only concentrating on the missing link. In this case, the missing link is the first pull, your time off the floor to your kneecap. So you're going to reinforce the correct position with 3 light, clean lift-offs. In other words, that's where you pull to your kneecap and go right back to the floor. You don't finish to the hip. Then you would do a pause power clean. A pause power clean is where you stop at the kneecap for maybe 2 to 5 seconds, and then you finish the lift. What does that do? It ensures that the coach can watch that you're correcting the error, which is an early butt rise. So you can see how both of these things, they reduce the range of motion of the lift, and they try to highlight what you're actually missing. The barbell complex comes into play because you want to introduce larger motions of the lift to see if the technique reinforced. In this case, you start with the hip snatch, and you end on a hang snatch, which increases the range of motion. It asks, can I get back to the hip? And in this case, you're doing a lift off into a pause power clean where the pause power clean asks, can I do dynamically what I'm doing in the clean lift off? You could even challenge further complexity with this where the 5th repetition would just be a power clean. Full speed to see if the butt rises even after drilling it for 4 previous reps. Hope that helps. You guys think about how you can break down the parts of the lift to really focus on what someone might be missing in terms of skill.